There's music going on, I promise. What is up, everybody? We're back. Fucking shit. MuseMe TV, episode 77. And look who's back.
What's up, y'all?
Dude, this has only been like 3 episodes and he's back already.
Fucking miss you.
Dude, that's what is up, bro. Like, legit.
No, I literally have nowhere else to be right now.
You're like, the fucking open mics ended too early for me.
That and, fucking everything closes so early here in Albuquerque.
You ever been to round 1 for it yet?
Is that in the mall?
Yeah, that arcade thing or
Yeah,
whatever.
the arcade, Dave Buster's. Yeah.
You're not into that?
I mean, no, I have to hang out with people from Albuquerque. I'm good.
They're all there to hang out with you, though.
Are they? Are they really? Ooh.
That's how unprofessional I am.
Oh, we got lights, motherfuckers. How are you?
Oh, man, I'm so sorry about that. We are back. MuseMe TV.
What up, Musonians? Musonites?
Museans.
Museans?
We tried.
Musonians?
Musonians isn't that bad. I like that one.
Yeah, Musonites.
I was going to go with musicians, but then that's like, it's already something.
Oh, that is already something.
Yeah.
You are a musician, though.
Yeah, but I mean, they're not really, so makes me feel bad.
Sad face.
But anyways, what is up, everybody? Thank you for joining again. We are here. It's fucking 11 p.m. on fucking January 30th. We're here with Loy Lee. About to talk shop about whatever. I mean, he just literally comes up out of nowhere and just like, oh, hey, you doing a podcast? And I was like, really?
I don't know. Shit. I ain't got shit to do. I'm already out. I'm out for the night, people.
So I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. Because
I had fun last time. And out of all of the views, I had at least 100 views. Like, I watched it at least 100. Like, I jerk off to myself sometimes.
And you're like, those views counted for a reason.
Yeah, I like to see my face. It's crazy.
We like to see your face too, Loy.
I like to hear my voice.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. How you been?
Pretty good, man. Pretty good.
I heard you got into a little... you're a little discouraged today.
I was a little discouraged.
Somebody didn't get up at a show.
At one show, and I was a little sad. I'm just like, I thought you're cool. I thought you're trying to help out. But that's me. I feel like I shouldn't be complaining about it too much because what is there to do about it? What the fuck am I going to do about it?
Be funnier, I guess. That would be...
Where's the fucking... I hate you guys. Where are you guys? God damn it. Loy Lee gets the crowd going every time.
Are you not entertained?
Ugh.
Are you not entertained?
But this guy, to be honest, he does speak truth. Speaks truth.
I think that is part of the journey. Like, you can't be a chef and not cut yourself every now and again. It hurts, it sucks, you learn from it. That is part of being a comedian, just not being able to get up. And I think the problem... you keep on not getting up at places and it feels disrespectful, it's discouraging, but first of all, we can't just encourage everybody. If everybody can do it, then nobody does it. You can't. So it's a little bit of a hazing. Yeah, it sucks. But if this keeps on happening, when you get successful, you have to remember this because one of two things is going to happen. Either you are going to remember this and be a dick to everybody and just keep on doing that. Like, when you can get on anywhere at any time and just bump everybody, you can be that asshole. Or you can remember it and be more nurturing and be the change that you want to see in the community.
That makes sense too, because like already I'm just like, fuck, if I open an open mic, I'm not gonna be that douchebag. Like, I'm already thinking of it wasn't as organized as it should have been. It's not like, it just feels like he throws it together just to like make a few bucks for whatever he's trying to do. But then again, I don't know the guy. I don't know what he's trying to accomplish. I hear he does.
But it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what he's doing or why he's doing it. It's done. Like, that is how it works. And
again, just makes me discouraged because if you've been here so long, that this guy puts on almost all the shows every week. Like, compared to everybody else.
I will tell you your experience. Forget him specifically. Like, I'm not trying to get anybody in trouble, but forget him specifically. It happens everywhere. Every scene, there's always... Every comic. If you're a comic that's been doing it for X amount of time and you have never been bumped, you've never had that experience, like, you're either lying or you're a sociopath.
You just haven't got there yet.
Yeah. So, a little story. And I think it's a little coincidence, but I position it in a way that it makes me feel like the victim. It makes me feel better. But
let's do this.
So I was auditioning for the Hollywood Improv. And this was, I was fairly new, probably shouldn't have been auditioning for the Hollywood Improv. But connections are everything, right? So somebody got me an audition. I auditioned. I went to the audition. I'm sitting in the Hollywood Improv at the bar, and I'm writing. I'm going over my notes, and I'm wearing a Boston Red Sox hat. In comes Dane Cook.
Oh, God.
Dane Cook wearing pretty much exactly the same Boston Red Sox hat. And I see him around, and listen, I love Dane Cook. Dane Cook is one of the comics that before I became a comedian spent money on seeing. I was there at his Vicious Circle taping at the Boston Garden, second show, right? I was watching him when he was middling for Patrice and everybody in Boston. So I love Dane Cook, and I was kind of nerding out, and I was writing and just staying in my own pocket, watching it from afar. And he comes up to me and he's like, "Hey, you a comic?" "Oh yeah, I'm a comic." "You going on tonight?" "Yeah, I'm going on tonight." Cool. "You from Boston?" "Yeah, I'm from Boston." "Okay, cool. What number are you?" And I go, "Oh, I'm going up fourth." "Oh, bet. Good luck." Left, right? So guess who went on third?
Him?
Dane Cook went on third, and guess who did an hour?
Oh, shit.
He did an hour, and guess who didn't get on? 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah.
Damn.
So, I don't think it's a coincidence.
Does that happen, though, just because they know the publicity and, like, the shit that they can get across with Dane? They're like, well, we might as well give him his time, let him do his thing. He's going to bring a crowd. Some people, they love him no matter what.
Yeah, I think, at that time he was at the Improv, and that was his workout room. Like, that was, like, he could get on any time. He could do basically whatever time he wanted to do. And that's how he worked out. And, I don't think he personally was like, fuck this kid. I'm never going to give this kid a chance. I'm like, he was like, well, you're fourth, I'm third. And I'm gonna do my time.
Just letting you know.
Yeah, and that's kind of how it is when you get to an upper echelon. I mean, Dane Cook, or just name any comic. You think that Ron White were to roll up to any comedy club on any given night and be like, "Hey, can I do a guest spot?" Who's gonna say no?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what upset me about when Dane did it is like, Dane, you're a comic. You grew up in Boston. You went through the ringer. You know what it's like to get bumped, and that bothers me. It's like, you could have chosen any comedy club tonight. You could be anywhere. You could run your own room, but you decided that this is what you were going to do.
Yeah.
And it's like, don't you remember? Like I expect that shit from, like, YouTube stars and Instagram stars, like, who are just doing comedy now and have never had to, like, sit to the end of the night, 2:00, and then go on at 1:45 and then not even get 15 minutes. You get 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's like, I remember that. So when I get to where I need to be, it's like, yeah, I'm going to bring as many people as I can with me, not push them down.
Oh, guess who's back? What's up, Food Stamp Gaming?
What up, Food Stamp?
Thank you, guys. He said, what's up, guys?
Miss you.
Thank you for joining. We got 3 viewers in right now. Thank you guys for tuning in. We're just talking shop, talking about shit that's happened. You're right. I shouldn't feel discouraged. It's probably going to happen more than once, right?
It's going to happen. Unless you stop now. It's going to happen more than once.
It's going to happen. Yeah, see, and this is just brings me back to when I learned guitar. Like, everybody saying, "Oh, you suck," or "Oh, you can't play tonight," or "Oh, whatever." Yeah. I'll still go play in my room or still learn better so that when I do come, I still got something to show you guys.
Yeah, and I think that's kind of the beauty of music. It's technical. You can do it here. You don't have to do it for a crowd. Doing it for a crowd is different.
Yeah, that fucking comedy, man.
But comedy is like, yeah, I can write 100 pages today, and I don't know if any of it works.
Yeah, exactly. And even when I first started streaming, I was writing comedy, and I was like, I'm going to try my jokes on stream. But it doesn't portray the same way.
Yeah.
It really doesn't.
Isn't that what everybody that starts a podcast?
Michael Olivio, I think that's how you say it. Thank you for joining. But
what's going on? Yeah, that's like the reason why everybody starts a podcast. Like, well, I'm going to write more jokes. I'm going to write more material. I'm going to try it. It doesn't work that way.
You know what I did start... what I did learn from doing the podcast, though, is re-listening to them to find material in between there.
Yeah.
Because there are some funny things that we talk about, and then all of a sudden, I just don't jot them down, don't remember them. But going over the podcast again is just like, oh, I got remember that funny thing.
Yep. And then, I think for me, it's called the Short, Pale, and Handsome Podcast. You can check that out. But plug. I will say that, yeah, it's like you are speaking your mind candidly because you're in your own room, right? and then you go, oh, this is how I feel about this. I feel about this way. And that really starts developing who you are. And you go, oh, well, I feel this way about that. And then you start writing towards that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you try it out. And then it doesn't work.
Yeah, that's just what it is, right? You have to try it out.
Yeah, you have to. Have to.
But that's the crazy part, too, is like when you try it out and it hits and then other places it doesn't. That's what blows me away, too.
It's baseball, man. Like, just because it doesn't work one time, that doesn't mean anything. Like, you have to try it out 100 times, 1,000 times.
It's like that Bruce Lee saying, it's like, would you rather fight a man that knows 1,000 kicks or the guy that practices one punch 1,000 times?
Yeah, you fucked that up.
No,
that quote, you mangled that quote.
What? No.
You want to be the guy that practices 1,000 kicks one time or one kick 1,000 times.
1,000 kicks one time.
Yes.
Or one kick 1,000 times.
You want to be the guy that kicks that one kick 1,000 times because you've perfected it.
Yeah.
Or so to speak, right?
That one kick.
That one kick.
You don't want to learn all these numerous kicks because
you're not even learning it. You're just doing it once.
Exactly.
You know?
Okay.
I'm a huge fan. I heard this saying for the first time. I've been in sports and thought about sports all my life, and I've never heard it. Like, do it till you get it right, and then keep on doing it till you can't get it wrong.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, wow. I mean, it makes sense, but I've never heard it. It's like, do it till you get it right, and then keep doing it until you can't get it wrong. I was like, that's fucking genius.
That's just constant repetition at that point, too.
Yeah. I mean, that's 90% of what you see. You see when you see a comic, like, oh my God, he's on fire. He's like, no, that's night in, night out of like, here's a joke, here's a joke, here's a joke, here's a joke, and just polish it.
Well, when you were talking with Josh, were you talking about his set at the Red Velvet?
Yeah.
So something went down where he actually had to recover?
Yeah, it was, I think maybe...
Shout out Josh.
What up, Josh Fournier? I will say, I don't want to tell his story and I don't want to get into it too much, but the lesson is, like, for me, I start with nothing I say is funny, right? And then I start to build how funny it is through repetition. Where a lot of comics, they start like, oh, this is funny, and they just have to, like, keep on either building it or getting knocked down.
Okay.
And, Josh, and every comic's going to get it, is going to get to the point where you know what works, right? This is the premier shit. This is the shit that works. And then when it doesn't work, you kind of go, what do I do? For me, I just assume nothing's going to work. And let's just dig myself out of this.
That's true. Turbo Egg Salad said...
Egg salad?
Yeah.
I love egg salad.
Turbo Egg Salad said, you all got any Kobe Bryant jokes?
I'm not trying to get canceled.
Too soon, bro. I mean, no offense. I honestly, I'll read a Kobe Bryant joke, chuckle, maybe. But you know what I don't do is tell the joke.
I am not afraid. No. I have no problem talking about Kobe Bryant. But what I don't think anyone really gathered is like how defensive everyone's getting about it.
It was very defensive.
It was frightening.
Like, okay, no offense. I went to work the day after, and I was talking with this girl, and she just made this joke about something about somebody missing or whatever. And I was like, well, at least we know Kobe isn't missing. And it went crazy. Like, literally, she wanted to fight me there. And I was just like, wait, whoa. Hold on. Why are you getting so upset when you've never even met the guy? And yet, not only that, there was a tragic death that happened, but yet nobody else accounts for the people that died for our country. Right? They said there was like a death of like 30 soldiers that same day, but got brushed under the rug because Kobe died.
Yeah. I find it strange. But then again, I go back to like grieving is a weird process, right?
Oh, dude, you're talking to the fucking... I had the worst traumatic childhood in my life.
I'm not going. I'm not ready for that.
But that's what I'm saying, though, is like that's where it is. It's like grieving in comedy or making somebody laugh is like so soothing because like all they're feeling is just like despair and like darkness and so much negativity. If you can uplift them with a joke or funny, whatever, that brings so much more to the table than if it was just like, I feel sorry for you, dude. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, growing up in Boston, we use...
God, all damn Boston.
In Boston. It's Boston.
Boston.
No.
I don't know. I'm fucking from New Mexico. I've never left this place.
Boston. B-A-H...
Long O
sound. No. B-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-A-H... Bastin.
Bastin.
So, we...
Shout out. Thank you guys. Blockchain engineer.
What up, blockchain?
Turbo egg salad said another joke, but I won't read it.
Okay. Yeah. I posted something and it was like, it was a joke, but it didn't mean to be a joke, but it kind of did. And the second I found it, I was like, Kobe passed. Which is funny because Kobe never passes.
He never passes.
Yeah. And it was like, for me, it was like, it was the simplest joke, but it was kind of like, no, he passed away. And, like, it was whatever. And then somebody like, I can't believe you're making a joke. And I was like, no, Kobe really died.
Yeah.
And then everyone was like, that wasn't a joke.
That's what's funny too, is like reevaluating your tweet or your social media post where you're just like, oh, Kobe passed. Yet bunch of people got negative to it.
Yeah.
But yet.
And then you just come back like, no, you haven't seen it? You haven't seen the news? No, he passed.
See, but that's what's crazy too, is like, I'm pretty sure people that did see the news still thought your joke was.
Of course.
Yeah.
And I find that that's kind of the beauty of shit. Like the English language is so crazy where you could say shit and then people get mad and you're like, oh no, if you write it right, you're fine. You're like, no, you're just projecting your shit.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Growing up in Boston, we use humor as like as a defense mechanism. I don't want you to know how I feel. Like this is, and it's also weird. Like a common saying is, let's say you'd see like a band playing and they're a really good band, and you go, I'd book them for my funeral. Which is like morbid, but no, that's just like the ultimate compliment. Like,
okay, yeah.
That's just how we talk. We just say we say outlandish shit to hide how we really feel.
I get you.
Like, yeah, I'd book them for my funeral, which means like I really like this band, but we can't say that shit.
You can't say that they're over the top.
Yeah,
but in a sarcastic way, you do.
Yeah. Like, I'd book them for my funeral.
That makes sense too, because it's just like, I guess you could say pussyfooting around it, where you're just like, they're amazing, but I'm just gonna make a joke about it.
Right. Because, feelings, we don't have those things. We don't talk about them. We don't know how to talk about them. So, death is this crazy thing where I don't want to quantify it. But what I don't like is when people go, anybody making Kobe jokes, I'm going to swing on him on sight.
Yeah.
You go like, wait. So you are going to harm a person that's still living, a person that you probably know personally, over words said over a person that you don't actually know or ever met. I mean, isn't that like a fucked up portion of humanity?
Yeah,
like,
it makes you reevaluate. Like,
yeah, like he's dead. You should probably think that we should take care of the living because the person that you're swinging on site may be gone tomorrow.
Yeah, because that's how they kind of did the daughter thing. Like everybody now that has a baby girl, they're fucking holding their kid a little bit tighter and stuff because they know that feeling of what happened. It's just like, wow.
You make a Kobe joke like, oh, Kobe passed away, or passed. Kobe passed, and you're like, don't make his daughter died. Like, yeah, I didn't fucking say his daughter. I didn't say like I'm talking about Kobe. People were like, what I find funny is that people wanted to call Kobe a rapist, right? Of course he went to court, whatever,
got acquitted, yeah.
But people who are calling him a rapist totally forget the fact that Paul Walker was a pedophile.
Okay, see,
you didn't even know.
I didn't know. That's just as bad as the Asian superheroes. I didn't know.
Paul Walker, when he died, his girlfriend was 16 when they first started dating. He was 33 and she was 16. And then the girlfriend before that was, I guess she was 16 and he was like 25 or something.
Damn.
But people want to call Kobe a rapist, which is alleged, right?
Compared to
Paul Walker, which was legitimate. Like, you look at the age when she died, and then you see the dating for 5 years, and you're like, oh, she was 16.
I see the difference.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, though, because like that's one of those things, too, where he got more respect and shit. I mean, don't get me wrong, there was a bunch of jokes and shit like that, but yet more people didn't get offended by the jokes.
Yeah.
Which was like, why?
Yeah. Yeah, whatever. Fuck them.
But that's just, I feel like this is just an America thing, though. This is like an America thing where they kind of outlandishly portray celebrities and stuff on really high pedestals and mantles, where it's just like, whoa, dude, that guy is probably just as basic as you are. He played basketball, but I'm pretty sure he's...
Yeah, but maybe maybe I've gotten too high in my life. Maybe I've, smoked the wrong type of weed. But yeah, it's like people die, and I get it. It's sad, but why would you threaten someone that's living? Like, shouldn't this be like, oh, you made a joke, I'm offended, but you're probably hurting. You're hurting, maybe not because Kobe died, but maybe there's something else that's hurting you. Come here, give me a hug.
So you portray it in that way.
Yeah, but yeah, I don't know. What else going on? Let's stop talking about Kobe because we're gonna get canceled real quick.
They're talking to themselves in here. King Windsor is talking to Turbo Egg Salad, so I'll just let them do their thing.
King Windsor?
King Windsor won.
Right? Isn't that King Windsor?
I think so, yeah.
I went to Windsor when I was in Europe. I did some shows in London, and then I had a day off, so I took a bus to Windsor Castle, where like the Queen lives, I guess. Dope.
Okay.
Game of Thrones shit.
Oh, shit.
Like, that shit was crazy.
Wait, you did comedy overseas?
Yeah.
How did that go?
It's funny. Comedy, I always tell comics, like, hey, you should try to stay away from regional shit because regional shit doesn't really fly,
Okay.
right? But when you go overseas, you don't realize how American you are.
Okay.
And how much Americans don't understand how the rest of the world works. So I'm over... I'm in London. I did shows in London. I did shows in Paris on that one trip. And then I've done shows in Malaysia, Singapore, and Manila.
Okay.
But, like, for example, I had this working out bit. And I was like, who works out? And everyone was like...
What's working out?
You mean physical activity to stay healthy so you can live longer? I guess we all fucking do. Like... What kind of fucking, because here in America, it's like we work out because we eat too much.
Yeah.
We put perfectly good vegetables and fruit into perfectly good water to drink because we eat too much. Like, that's why everybody hates us, because we're fucking assholes a lot of times.
Yeah.
But, like, a lot of things don't transfer. It's like, we don't fucking work out. We just... this
is life.
This is life, yeah. We just live life. So, some things don't translate, but you got to learn how to, like, understand that. You got to understand, like, right away, like, oh, they don't work out here. It's not because they don't understand what I'm saying. They just don't do this or,
okay. So it just kind of goes over their head.
Yeah, just a cultural difference.
Okay.
Cultural difference. And then, you make those adjustments, and the first show's rough, second show's okay, third show fine. Same thing, Paris, Manila. Paris and Manila, Singapore, you're talking to basically old white guys that moved there for their young French, young Filipino wife or something.
Okay.
Yeah, but it was fine. It was fine.
So you did mention Dane Cook a while ago.
Yes.
I only bring that up because this morning I watched a fucking, I don't know what it was, it's this YouTube video about joke stealing and parallel thinking.
Okay.
So
yeah. He had a big beef with
Louis C.K. How do you feel about parallel thinking or stealing? Because I feel in the community right now, the joke that you said you don't fucking like, the Moses 40 years, there's another comedian that does the exact same thing with the same punchline.
Yeah.
And it kind of feels like, is that parallel thinking or is it a stolen joke?
I think
Especially with the same punchline.
I think it could be all three.
Explain.
It's like parallel thinking. It's a very simple joke. It's very surface. Like, there really isn't too much thinking about it.
Like,
right?
because I remember when I first told you the joke, you're like, yeah, that's typical Bible joke. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, and it's everybody has some sort of, like, Moses got lost in the wilderness for 40 years. But, like, can you come up with a new idea? And I think that he might have thought, like, oh yeah, and then he hears your punchline and takes it. Whatever. It's the thing is, parallel thinking is a real thing. Joke stealing is also a real thing.
I think parallel thinking is way more of a real thing than joke stealing because of like probability.
The deeper you go into a bit, the less likely of parallel thinking.
Okay, that makes sense. That does make sense because you're putting more detail, more umph of your own life into the joke.
Yes,
compared to just like, guys, the R word, reliable.
Right.
That's
Like, Moses got lost in the wilderness for 40 years. He needed a GPS.
I get what you're saying, though.
Yeah, and you just sit there and go, okay, that's. But when you go, like my Moses bit from a long time ago was basically that. It's like, yeah, I'm married now. I get why Moses got lost in the wilderness for 40 years. He went to get a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah,
hasn't been seen since. Yeah, it's like shit like that. You just gotta go deeper, put a spin on it.
Yeah, and I remember you telling me too. It's like, why do you even have to make fun of the Bible? Like, why does that have to be part of your premise? Like, I love exactly the word that you say is like, be smarter. Like, your joke should be smarter.
You're a smart kid.
And I love that. That makes so much sense, is because like you can tell if your joke is kind of like hacky and it just gets a cheap laugh.
Yep.
Or it gets an actual like well thought out laugh. Like, oh fuck, I thought about that and it's funny.
Yeah.
And that actually, the more you do comedy, the more I've done it, the more I'm starting to figure that out.
And you'll see with me, people have to think about my jokes. And I'm okay with that because these people didn't come to see me. They weren't like, oh, I heard Loy's performing. Let me go out. There's people like, oh, I heard there's a comedy show. Or some people like, I just showed up here, and I didn't realize the comedy.
And that's mostly a lot in Albuquerque.
Yeah. So for me, it's like, I want to give the proper amount of explaining, but also punchline and also like some kind of satirical, like, perspective.
Okay.
And for me, like, I will probably never get those roaring laughs at these like comedy shows at bars, but I know the shit's funny and I want you to think a little bit. I'm not going to talk about, whatever the topical shit is here because it's I don't have enough time to go, okay, Kobe Bryant, let's take a look here and then just try to find a different perspective.
Or here, just like, oh, let's just do a bunch of red and green chili jokes or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Everybody like,
and like as a young comic, I'll say that it's real easy to go, oh, that red and green chili joke's getting laughs. Okay, I guess I'm gonna go get a red and green chili joke. Or you want to get those laughs, so you find a way to mimic whatever you find is getting laughs. And that's not necessarily the right way to go about it.
Okay.
The right way to go about it is be who you are, but be you 130%.
Do you feel like it's a little bit time consuming or kind of hard for somebody to find their voice up there? Does it take time?
Okay, so like this is what I tell everybody. Your day at work, right? You get a new job. And you show up, and then what's your first day? Your first day is like, oh, this is where the water cooler is, and this is how you punch in, and then you get lunch, and you go to lunch, and then like at what point, how long realistically are you there before you actually start doing work? And then how long are you there till you actually get comfortable? Okay. And then how long are you there till you actually start like building your own processes and your own routine and stuff like that? Most people say, oh, I don't get comfortable until like really, really comfortable where I'm actually doing my own thing for like 3 months. Right? Yeah. I mean, I think that's kind of a
good analogy or good number to put out there.
So let's say 3 months, right? 3 months. You go 4 weeks in a month. That's, what is that, for 12? 12?
12 weeks.
12 weeks. 12 weeks at 40 hours a week, whatever the math is, right?
You're a beast.
I don't know. I don't know, whatever 12 times 40 is, that's a large number. And then you go...
610.
610.
Yeah.
610 hours.
Yes.
Okay. 610 hours. Hold on. Let's do this math real fucking quick.
We're making sure that we got precise numbers for you guys. See, because we care about you here on the podcast.
40 hours a week. Multiply that by 12 weeks is 480.
I was so wrong. Okay.
480. Divide that by
8, right?
8 hours.
Right, because you're getting 8 hours towards the day.
I
don't even know what we're trying to figure out here.
This analogy is fucking horrible. Okay.
How many hours do I work in a day?
Okay, I'll do this. 60 minutes in an hour. Multiply that by 40 hours a week. That's 2,400 minutes. Multiply that by 12 weeks. That's 28,800 minutes. And now divide that by, let's say, 5 minutes, because that's how long your sets are. It's going to take you 5,760 sets before you get comfortable. And then let's say you're doing, let's say here in Albuquerque, you can do 10 sets a week. 10 sets a week, that's 576
in a week.
Weeks.
So I have to, in 576 weeks, that's when it amounts to as much time.
Basically, more or less, at 10 sets a week, at 5 minutes a set, it's going to take you 11 years to get comfortable.
11 years. And it's crazy to think about, too, because...
Sorry, guys, for the math. I apologize. But, figure out, like, oh, it takes me this much time to get comfortable, and then divide that by, multiply by the hours. But your sets are only 5 to 7 minutes. So it's like, you've been doing it for how long? 6 months now?
About 6 months.
Yeah, you haven't even made it to lunch yet on your first day.
Yeah, I'm barely, like... 0.0%.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? So it's like it's one of those things where it's not different. It's not different. If you had to go into work every day for 7 minutes, how long would it take you to get comfortable?
Oh yeah, I could see that. It'd take forever.
Right. And you're like, wait, what report? I don't know what fucking report.
I only got 7 minutes.
yeah. Yeah. So I think that is where people go, well, I've been doing it for 5 years. Great. But have you been going up every day? Have you been doing 2 sets a night every night? Like, or you've been doing like, and then I took a couple weeks off and then blah, blah, blah. Like, the minutes don't lie.
That's true. That's so fucking true. Because you see, again, I don't know if you noticed, but there are some people that you see during the week that's like, oh, why didn't you come on Monday, but yet you only showed up on Tuesday? Is it closer to your house or something like that? Like, where is the accommodations of why you're doing it? Because most of us, I feel like I have to be out there as much as I can.
You have to be.
But the only reason why I can't reach most of them is because of my job. But that shouldn't limit me into being like, oh, well, unfortunately, my job stops me at 7:30, so there's no way I can make any mics after 7:30. Like, that's kind of like, again, pussyfooting or putting yourself in like this, you don't want to do it.
Yeah, it's like, you're interning. You're going to intern for basically 11 years. Like I'm 9 years in, 9 years in, something like that. And I know that I'm just now starting to see myself hit a stride. New material is always rough. The way I deal with new material is not the way I like. But, I know that I'm comfortable being able to headline. Could I be better? For sure. But I'm just now starting to see like myself take a corner.
Okay.
And I think, Albuquerque definitely helps because... Listen, I don't have no distractions. That's the beauty of Albuquerque. After like 7 o'clock, there's no distractions.
I feel like that's true.
There ain't shit open. Dion's closes at like 8. Like there's nowhere for you to be. There's nowhere for you to go. You're either at home or you're at a mic. That's really it. That's it. Like the thing is like, oh well, I go hang out with my friends. Bring your fucking friends to the open mic.
That's true, right? Or invite them at least.
No, what are you gonna do? You gonna go to a bar? You're gonna go to a bar. Well, guess what? Most open mics here are at bars. Come by. There's no excuses. There's no excuses. And just some people don't want it. But I'll tell you, the people that I started with 8 years ago, I really only see a small handful online actually still doing comedy.
Yeah, see, that's so crazy to think about too, is like, how dedicated are you if you can't even go within like a few months, let alone 5 to 6 years? That blows me away too. Is like, I'm barely scratching the surface. I shouldn't be expecting any of like, oh yeah, gonna get booked for so many shows, headliner sets, blah blah blah.
Yeah, because you've seen your set.
I'm not even there yet. I know that personally.
Well, I'll tell you, like I talked about it before. DC fucked me up in the head. Like I'm just now starting to gain my confidence again. Where when you don't get booked for no reason, not because you're not good. Well, for me, I mean, because
this guy.
But yeah, you sit there and go like, oh. I don't know what. Am I the bass? Is this the bass?
I don't know. So. It was a cool little soundtrack.
Yeah, man. I think confidence is a lot of it, where you just fearless and you just got to dive into shit.
That's what's true too, is like, it's just about being fearless. Because my first open mic, I didn't take no friends, no nothing. And I hear everybody that does their first comedy, they're like, oh, I went to go check it out. I was sat in the back just to check it out before I did my set 2 weeks later. Like, I went gung-ho. Like, I don't know anything. I don't know nobody. Who runs this shit? Let me do it.
Yeah.
And then the shitty part about it, though, is that, again, another fucking discouragement where the first time I ever was introduced on the mic is like, give it up for this guy. This guy's a newer face on the scene. Give it up for Angel Lopez. And then 2 weeks later when I go and then there's a new person there who's like, is this your first time? They're like, oh, yeah, this is my first time. Let's get this guy crazy. Let's give it up for this guy. This is his first time. This is his first. I can't believe this is this guy's first. Like, they hyped this guy up so much where it's just like, wow. Like, I came my first time and you made me feel like shit.
I don't want them to hype me up at all.
But that's you.
I know. I'm just saying, for me, it's like, that's expectation. Like, hey, look at this piece of shit. He's going to try to make you guys laugh. I don't know. Fuck you. Like, I'd prefer that shit because I know I can win.
Yeah, I got you.
When you go, oh my God, this guy's amazing. Like, hey guys, I want to talk about lights. Like, that's such a drastic, like, you know, whatever.
But that's kind of like the thing that they try to, well, certain people here anyways, that kind of feels like, what the fuck? Like, me as a comedian and a musician, I was like, whatever. These guys just have their own personal thing.
Yeah.
It is whatever. I still want to be good at what I'm doing.
And also, it's hard to be an open mic comic or not an open mic host where like you got to bring the intensity regardless every week, every set, no matter how trash the person is. Give it up for him. I mean, he wasn't. I mean, fuck. I mean, give it up. Hey, and everybody make noise for somebody that's gonna probably be better than the last guy. You know, like it's difficult. It's
I
not
can
fun.
see that.
It's not fun. And you know, when my first introduction for an actual show, I was lucky enough to get a lot of good vouchers for me. So I didn't really do a lot of open mics before I started doing a couple showcases here and there, and then I started doing open mics. But you know, the host didn't know anything about me. He just knows that a guy that he knows vouched for me, you know, because I was hanging around a lot of comics. I was hanging out at the comedy clubs, and I just hadn't like made that plunge. I did.
I feel like that's Brussels right now.
What's that?
You know who Brussels is?
No.
What do you call him? You have another name for my friend, the tall white boy.
Oh, Bristol. He's from Bristol, Rhode Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dennis.
Yeah. I feel like he's that. Like he's done one set, but yet he's gotten into the community so well that everybody likes him. Like he's so cool. Like,
yeah. And then he goes, "Hey, can I get up?" Yeah. No problem. You know. And I think that's one approach, maybe not the best approach, but anyways. You know, the guy that introduced me was like, "Hey, you've seen him at comedy clubs around the country, and colleges and comedy clubs around the country. You know, you love him, I love him, we all love him. Give it up for Loy Lee." And you're kind of like, "Motherfucker, is that me?" Like,
did you just say all that?
Yeah, like I don't. Yeah. Hey guys, let me talk to you about lights.
so he already built you up in this nervousness.
Yeah, and just like, at first you're like, wait, that's not me at all. Like, are you sure it's me? Because you know, as comics, you wait for the host to say something that strikes something in your brain. You're like, oh, you know, he just moved here from DC. Like, okay, it's me. Yeah. And you have like that brief moment to like get your shit together, and you go up. But when he goes, "Hey, he's the Mexican American Star Wars loving Loy Lee," and you're like, wait, that's not.
What'd you say?
Yeah, that's not me at all. Like, oh, okay, that's me. You know, I don't know. I'd rather have hey guys, next comic coming to the stage. Fuck this guy, Loy Lee.
So wait, when they did that to you when it first happened, how did you feel about that?
It took me aback.
It did?
Because I wasn't sure if he was actually talking about me.
Okay.
And then you realize that he says that for almost every comic he doesn't know. And you're like, oh, okay, I'm not special.
Okay.
You know, it's like, you know, I've never done colleges or comedy clubs, right? But his job is to hype the crowd.
Yeah,
you know?
so no matter what, if it's just a little...
Yeah. He's opened for Dane Cook. I'm like,
did I? Was I there that day?
Motherfucker, what? Yeah.
I was in the audience, bro.
Yeah. I got bumped, okay? This motherfucker bumped me. Yeah, so I think, you know, you can't... I think that for you being a new comic is like, you need to figure out what your solid 10 minutes is. And no matter what happens, hell or high water. Hey guys, I'm on hell. This is what I do. It's 10 minutes. 10 minutes front to back. You know it forwards, backwards, upside down. You could start anywhere and finish anywhere. You know, like that's what you need to do. And it doesn't matter. Hey, this motherfucker's a rapist on hell. And you go, you don't even address it. I'm on hell. This is what I do.
Right. Okay.
You know, because I see all these comics that I don't think they're working on anything. You know, I see comics that just keep on doing the same shit over and over and over and over again, which is necessary, but it's like, to what end? I think that you just need to like have a consistent, you know what you're doing, no matter, you can't be shaken from that.
Yeah, because I remember what you said too, is like you just go up there to try new stuff because none of these people really paid.
I don't. I do. Yeah. But for you starting out, it's like you need a bulletproof 10 minutes.
Yeah, get my jokes really structured well.
Yep.
Get them where they're at, where they need, because I feel like maybe 3 of my jokes out of all of them are like really good. And then I get
3?
Yeah, I know, right? Make me feel more like shit.
Yeah. I hate you, Dad.
This is damn Kevin Kennedy all over again. Anyways, you hear what I'm saying though.
Yeah, I do. I think for me, we're in different places. You know, my job now is to get together 10 minutes that can fit somewhere. I'm playing around. I'm playing different games. But for you, it's like you need to have like a calling card 10 minutes, one that everybody can sing song. And I don't think a lot of comics are there.
Okay.
I think a lot of comics are just, I don't know. I don't know what comics are doing. I kind of don't pay attention.
It's kind of weird to think about too. Is like, is it a different structure than where you've come from? Like the way that comics work here and the way they do things.
I kind of don't. I try not to pay attention to other comics. 100%. Not like for one of two things. I'm trying to not understand local references because I'm that same guy. I'm the guy that we just talked about. Like, oh, you're laughing at green chili jokes? Okay, I guess I'm going to write a green chili joke. I'll make a couple references, but I'm not trying to base my shit on...
you're not trying to do a whole thing.
Right. I'm just trying to put it in somewhere and just see if it works. I'm always working on new things. And I think the structure, you know, people from Albuquerque speak like people from Albuquerque, and they know Albuquerque comedy, right? And for me, it's like, I'm not an Albuquerque comic. I live here. I am me. This is my voice. This is the things that I think about, and I'm going to give you what I think. You know, try to make it funny.
Yeah.
Find your voice.
Yeah. Finding your voice. That's so weird to me.
9 years in, I still don't know what, like, I have to sit down and think, like, oh, do I like fucking whatever? Do I like the Nintendo Switch? No? Okay, this is why. You know, and you got to think of it. Like, do I like this? Yes. Okay, why? Listen, I'm right down the middle. I don't care about a lot of shit. But if I see you talking about something, I'm going to go, okay, what's the okay, everyone loves Kobe Bryant. Okay, this is a bad example. Bad example. But you know, like, oh, everybody loves a PS5. Okay, I'm going to be contrarian. I'm going to draw a line and go, I don't like the PS5 and here's the reason why. Boom. Right?
Yeah.
Because I naturally don't care about a lot of things.
Yeah, and that's just your intonation, where you're just like, yeah, that's just me. Like, I don't really care, and I'm going to make fun of it if I have to.
Yeah, I don't care, but I'm going to find what everyone likes, and I'll go the opposite.
Okay.
If you can't be in the middle, if you can't be on the fence, find what everyone goes, and then find a different reason for it. But that's me.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. There was like so many different examples of like joke writing and stuff too, and it kind of feels like that's more of like an over exaggeration. Like you find a topic and you over exaggerate it in the positive or negative.
Yeah,
whatever one you want.
I mean, I think comedy is all about exaggerating. You know, the thing that I think that people do is over explain too much. It's like, no, you're the microphone, you're the comedian. Whatever you say at that point is whatever is true. You go, yeah, fucking green chili causes cancer. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but you don't have to explain it. Oh, well, there's reports. You know, there's reports, and then there's a thing. Like,
32 people are dying.
Yeah. You just go, here's a fact, and you just run with it. Because for that 10 minutes or less, that's going to be truth.
Preach, bro.
I don't know.
Preach, bro. Preach. He's preaching, bro.
I'm not. I'm drunk. I haven't drank since the last time I saw you, and then I've been drinking. I drank 2 beers today.
Oh, you've had 2 already?
This is my second one.
Hell yeah. And then that's a White Claw, too.
Oh, my shit. 5% alcohol. Oh,
you know what they say about White Claws.
We raping somebody tonight.
Thank you for the studio audience. Those guys find everything funny. And that's what I love about my studio audience.
They sound like a soccer game. Damn. Ole, 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 ole.
You ever been into Mexican soccer?
No, but I lived in LA for 10 years, so you know.
You know how it goes. Go! Yeah. My dad is really into it, so he was always telling me shit, and I'm just like, I don't care. I'm not into it.
What sports do you watch?
I like basketball a lot and MMA.
Okay. I
watch a lot of MMA, but I like basketball a lot too.
Everybody in Albuquerque fights.
I know.
Like everybody fights, and then everybody is like one step away from being an MMA fighter.
I like Josh's joke where he's talking about like there's a gym everywhere. Homeless people start pulling you into guard.
Yeah, that's man. Like, so I hated watching UFC. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna call it MMA. UFC. I hate watching the UFC at bars or restaurants because like I'm not a professional. I'm not an analyst, but I know enough to know that everyone that's surrounding me at the bar is a fucking knucklehead, and all their opinions don't fucking make sense.
Right.
Except for Albuquerque. Albuquerque is like everyone at the bar knows exactly what's going on. Everyone at the bar knows exactly what to do. And I go, shit, that's impressive. And then Josh was like, everybody fights.
Everybody fights here, bro.
Everybody fights. I got to watch John Jones workout at the open workout.
Nice.
At Wink Jackson.
Oh, Jackson's MMA.
Yeah, Jackson MMA.
Winkler. I can't pronounce the first thing, but I know where. I get what
Yeah, so they have a observation deck on the second floor that you can go in like 10 to noon or something every day and just watch, which is pretty dope. And what do you think, John Jones or Dominic Reyes?
John Jones, because of his status and what he probably can do, but I think he needs to like lose already.
I don't think.
I'm that person where I'm just like, we've seen so many of John Jones winning. Where is he finally going to lose?
I mean, he beat the
thing.
best version of Gustafsson.
Gustafsson, yeah.
The best version of him, like, didn't even train. High on cocaine. Like John Jones is bored. John Jones is that guy that just like, I don't know, whatever.
Finding picograms all over his test.
Fucking picogram. Yeah, like he's probably doing cocaine just because he needs to feel something in life.
Oh, man.
I think Dominic, I would like to see John Jones lose before he gets too old, and then I would like to see him come back. Like
like a Conor McGregor thing.
Yeah.
Because like he lost a few, kind of was shitty, but then he came back with this Donald Cerrone fight, and everyone's like, he's back, the king is back, and it's just like, well, it's just one fight. Let's see what happens.
I mean, it was 40 seconds. We just don't know enough. We don't know enough.
All I know is that I finish in 40 seconds, and they give me shit.
Brokeback Cowboy
Pisses me off. But that's what I don't get too, is like it was a stoppage, a TKO stoppage. Do you not think Donald Cerrone could have handled himself a little bit? I don't know. Did you see the fight? You saw the fight?
Yeah. 40 seconds of it. Yeah. He went for the left, and Donald Cerrone ducked, and he got kind of hit.
That shoulder.
No. Got kind of hit with a leg, with the knee.
Oh, okay.
To the face, and that, I'm sure that kind of put a ring in his ear, and then the shoulders. And you could tell, like, he got hit with the first shoulder, and it wasn't really dead on. But he was like, oh, that's kind of weird. That wouldn't happen again. Like, he's not going to do that again. Like, oh. And he gets hit again, square. Oh, fuck. There's no way that's going to happen again. And he gets hit again, and then that leg kick to the face. Well, I guess it's not a leg kick. The kick to the face, that was spot on. I don't know. I think he was on Front Street all the way from the opening bell.
From the beginning.
And
I think it was kind of like the hype too. Like, I don't know if you remember Conor McGregor and Jose Aldo's fight.
Jose,
I'm Mexican.
Jose
is from Brazil.
Yeah.
Jose is from Mexico.
But I mean, who would have thought that Jose was going to be that out of sorts, where he was just going to lunge face first? And then there's that. Like, no one would have thought that. You got to understand, Jose Aldo was king of the 45 forever. Like, he hadn't lost in like 10 years. Who would have thought he would have just ran in with his chin up? And then also on the other side, who would have thought
he would have threw that kick?
It wasn't a kick, it was a punch.
Wasn't it like a front kick?
No, it was a punch. He backed up on his back foot and then bopped him with the left.
Okay, I think we'll just watch it again. But I know what you're talking about.
Bopped him on the left. Backing up. Back like this. You can't even hear on the microphone because like backing up, back foot, bam. Back foot. Backing up. Boom. Everyone's like, shut the fuck up.
No, they want to hear this. They got to know what's going on. But so yeah, that's what's crazy about it too, though, is that it was that whole build up of the moment where he probably was super pissed. Like, he had no other. What was he gonna do?
Yeah.
Like,
but Donald Cerrone is so game. Like Donald Cerrone is not the guy that's gonna be wowed by the spotlight. He's a guy that literally he fights like
you're right.
He's on like a 4-month suspension and he's fighting like 3 days after his suspension is up. Look at that. He's gonna lunge in with his face, bam. He's gonna lunge in. Right. Hold on. He's gonna lunge in, and he's gonna get cleaned out with the left hand. You didn't even see it.
Jesus,
he's a motherfucking ninja.
It is so fucking fast too. Like, you see people get hit like that all the time, and they're like, "Oh, he still stands." But
no, he lunged in with his chin throwing a left, and then Conor goes, "Oh, cool story, bro." Left hand, bam. And he goes, "Which way did he go? Which one of you motherfuckers just hit me?"
That's beautiful, though.
Conor McGregor. I mean,
yeah. See, so what do you think he was going to come back and try again with Khabib?
No, Khabib is that dude. Like the only like Conor McGregor's only hope is if Tony Ferguson beats Khabib. There's no universe does Conor McGregor beat Khabib. I don't see it.
Really?
I don't see it. The dude's chin is granite, right? Khabib's chin is granite. Like, there's no way. Like, he fights bears for fun.
I love that video. That video was crazy.
And he's been doing it since he was, like, a zygote. Like, he's been fighting bear sperm since he was a sperm. Like, there's no world where Conor doesn't get double leg, tripped, swept, and then just mauled.
Rocked, yeah.
Mauled. Tony Ferguson is that dude that could kill you with an elbow from the bottom.
Oh, okay. So that's going to be kind of crazy to see.
Because Khabib was like, I'm going to be on top. Like, if this scramble breaks out, I'm going to be on top. And Tony Ferguson goes, cool story, bro. I will kill you from the bottom.
That'd be legit.
And his cardio is stupid.
Ferguson's
cardio is ridiculous.
He always keeps the pace, man. Always stands, always trying to fucking throw blows.
Yep.
You can see it too.
He can get at you in any direction, in any angle, any way, and he does not quit.
That's legit.
And he'll get you bloody. Can you I see Tony Ferguson beating Khabib via TKO, via doctor stoppage.
Doctor stoppage.
Right? That doctor stoppage is TKO. Yeah.
TKO,
yeah. But going back, how good did Jose Aldo look against Marlon Moraes? Fucking amazing.
Was it a good fight? I don't think I saw that fight.
I watched so much UFC.
You watch way more than I do, that's for sure.
Fuck, I watched so much UFC.
The last fight I saw was Kobe and fucking Usman.
Oh, yeah, man.
And he fucking broke his jaw and everything.
Cody, all of his antics, man. Cody is a motherfucker.
But it was fake, right? It was all just hype, just to get the media and trolled.
But he makes you think that he can't fight. But that pace, and that's a thing. Like, you hear Rogan talk about it all the time, and then I watched it. Rogan is amazing. Like, forget all the other shit. Rogan's amazing. Where he's like, yeah, he's gonna hit you with 50% power, but he's gonna hit you
50 with, like, a huge amount of time.
His pace is 100,000% more than what you think. Like, you can't ever get comfortable because he's always hitting you with 50%. But the problem is that when you get hit with 50%, you're like, oh, that 100% is coming soon. Yeah. Like, every punch could be the 100%. That pace is ridiculous. I think Jose Aldo will fight Henry Cejudo.
I thought Henry Cejudo gave the titles up. I
thought he gave up his
featherweight.
Yeah, the 125.
Featherweight.
Featherweight. The 125. I get those mixed up with boxing. I forget the titles, but the 125 title. Yeah. And because I think UFC is probably going to abandon it, but I think it's going to be Benavidez versus somebody else. Nobody pays attention to 125. Right?
Okay, yeah.
Nobody cares.
I mean, Cejudo kind of brought everything back, but after Cejudo won the championship, nobody cared anymore.
Yeah. Nobody cared to begin with.
I thought it was kind of enthralling only because I match with those. Yeah,
you weigh exactly. 125.
So I'm just like, I get those guys. I could be those guys.
You're like the Mexican Zabit. Because you'd be way taller than everybody else, but you're like, you're 125? Yeah, 125.
You're 125? Fucking.
Because look at Zabit. Zabit's 145, but he's like 6'4" or something.
Yeah, and he looks so lengthy.
He's so
it's so sick.
Because I'm 160 walking around, which is not good. Oh, it's fucking heavy. But I my fighting weight is probably 145. But I'm stout. 145. You go look at that. You're 6'3", 145. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, that's like John Jones. He's got some amazing fucking reach.
Yeah,
and with his length and stuff, it's just like holy shit.
It's his creativity, bro. His creativity,
just
is
what he
everything.
does.
Yeah, just everything about John Jones. I'm riding his dick right now. I get it because I think I could hang out with John Jones on any given night.
Now he's in Albuquerque.
Yeah, I feel like I'd be hanging out with John Jones this time in a month, right? No, I think his creativity is unpredictable. That's the thing. I feel like I always hated traditional Chinese martial arts like Wing Chun, Wushu. I hated Taekwondo. I hated all of that shit because it only works when everybody plays by the same rules.
Everybody does that same fighting style.
When everybody does the same, that's the only time it's effective. When somebody else doesn't do it, then all bets are off, right? But I feel like MMA right now, it's starting to become like that, where everyone is sort of doing the same thing. Where
that should be a new fighting style is mixed
MMA,
martial art.
Yeah, because even though the repertoire is larger, right, but everyone is sort of following these same rules.
Yeah, exactly.
Where John Jones goes, oh, that's cool, and he just, I don't want to say he bends the rules with the picograms, no, but he kind of moves in and out of this traditional line of thinking, stand up until you can shoot for the leg, and then you shoot for the leg, and then you ground and pound. Like John Jones is doing different stuff all the time. And I think that's what makes him super dangerous. That's unpredictable.
And that's another thing to just wait for. It's just to see if he's going to bring that back to the next fight. Because, Reyes,
that
he's a beast.
That Thiago
Silva. No, Alves. Yeah.
That the guy with Thor's Warhammer tattooed to his chest, that guy was a motherfucker.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, what happened there? Like, fucking, he just ran through him.
Gave John Jones a run for his money.
Do you think so?
Like sheer power. This guy was like a Brazilian army guy or some shit, like jumping out of planes and
Yeah. So there's no way nothing's gonna phase this guy.
Yeah, hard as bricks, hard as nails. And John Jones, I don't want to say squeaked it out, but he squeaked it out basically. What else? What other fights coming up? Do you watch the women's?
Who's
Joanna and Jacek is fighting Wang Ziyi, the Chinese woman. Nope, she doesn't. He doesn't care. Okay,
I'll look up the card, but I'm pretty sure. I thought it was that other chick, that Russian chick.
Shevchenko.
Yeah, Shevchenko.
Shevchenko versus Shevchenko is a motherfucker. Like, if it wasn't for Amanda Nunes, I think Shevchenko would be the scariest woman in the UFC.
And Amanda Nunes is pretty sick, but just because of what she did to Cyborg, she totally rocked that shit. Now people are just fucking.
She killed the boogeyman.
She's on point.
Yeah.
That's the funny thing too, is you see Cyborg and you're just like, holy fuck, that bitch is gonna kill me.
Cyborg is like 200 pounds. I saw her in real life walking around in Vegas, and the ground, the way she hit the ground was so crazy. What's the comment?
This is the card for
Shevchenko versus
247. Caitlin. Caitlin Cock again. Cock again.
But that's Derek Lewis, the Black Beast.
Oh yeah, that was a good fight. Did you see that fight with what the fuck is his name? The commentator, the guy that fought John Jones and lost, and he had a big old fucking thing about it.
Nope.
Cormier.
Oh,
Daniel Cormier.
Oh yeah.
When he fought Derek Lewis.
Did they?
Derek. He kicked his ass, dude. Okay. Cormier kicked his ass.
Oh yeah, Cormier is like the John Stockton, Karl Malone of the league right now. If it wasn't for Jordan, he'd be fucking champion.
Julian Slays, what is up? Thank you.
What up, Julian? We're talking MMA.
Yeah.
Keep on going down. Show me the prelims.
That's it.
No, go up. Prelim card.
Oh.
Is there anything that? No. Andrea Lee, and
Miles Jones. That guy's pretty sick.
Jimmy Rivera. Oh my God, Jimmy Rivera is the beginning of the fucking. Oh, it's canceled. Damn.
Yeah. What
Marlon
the
Rivera,
fuck?
that would have been good. Jimmy Rivera was a scary man at one point. Ducked. Everybody ducked him. Show me the early card.
You know who else I thought was pretty sick that was up and coming was Johnny Walker.
Yeah, he's still up there. He just injured his shoulder doing something stupid.
That was the second. No. So he injured his shoulder. He came back.
Oh, and he lost.
And he lost.
That's
Yeah.
right. But that's fine. He's a young guy.
Yeah, he still got a lot to do.
Show me Fight Night. 60s. Corey Anderson.
Diego Sanchez, local legend here, everybody.
Oh, is he from here?
Yeah, he's fights out of here.
Show me the next one.
Fight night 68.
Paul Felder. That's what I want to see.
Paul
Hooker Felder. That's gonna be a fucking. That's gonna be an awesome fight. You know, Felder. He had 2 wars with. He had a trilogy, and they were all wars. Show me. Get out of this one. Go down. Yeah, I don't. No. Oh, no. Okay. Show me the next one. Fight Night 169. Joseph Benavidez. That's going to be for the
flyweight.
Yeah, for the flyweight title.
So these two. So Henry left it, and now these two are going to fight for it.
Basically,
Okay.
the vacated title. Which I mean, if you weren't going to get on board with Mighty Mouse at this as champion, you're not going to get on board with anybody else. Like, there's nothing you can do with that that weight class.
And there's this fucking thing.
Okay, last one. That is the dumbest fight Israel could be like, yeah, I'm going to take the scariest Ninja Turtle looking motherfucker. Like, Yoel Romero is the scariest man alive. He's like 90 years old and he's dropping motherfuckers on their head.
Hey, look at that shit, dude. That shit looks scary.
This dude is like Cuban genetic plant. Oh my God.
I
Look
know,
at that.
right?
Genetics like at its best. And he says like, I come to Cuba, everyone looks like me. Like, I am never going to Cuba. I am never going to Cuba.
And that's going to be a good fight, though, because Stylebender is fucking intense. Like,
He's creative.
yeah, he's got some good ideas. Like, he's not there just to, like, fucking, left, right, left.
But, you know, I will say, I don't want to call him cheating, but I will say Yoel Romero knows all the tricks. He's shown you that he knows all of the little tricks to give him the advantage. Sitting on the stool for a little too long, a little too much Vaseline on the face.
Oh, okay.
You know, he does these little things to give himself that advantage. And I don't know if the Stylebender really knows how to deal with that. Uriah Hall is still fighting? Jesus.
Yeah. And this is the UFC 249.
I fucking love Rose. Jessica Andrade is a fucking pit bull. Ben Rothwell. This is actually not bad. This is actually not a bad card. Interesting.
So it should be fun. I mean, there's a bunch of cool stuff lined up. How do you feel about the competition between the MMAs? Like, have you heard of Bellator?
Have I heard of Bellator? No, what is this?
It's like that other fighting company. What is the other one too? One Plus or something?
One FC.
One FC.
One FC is dope. I went to a One FC event when I was in Manila. That shit was dope.
Really?
That was when
like
Demetrius Johnson was fighting.
Oh,
it was like
nice.
one of his first fights, and
It's like a whole party there, bro.
yeah, and everyone's our size. Literally, like they have like heavier weights, but they do really, really well. Like Mighty Mouse had a hard time. I think he lost. Not that night, but he's lost in One FC, which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
These guys are no slouches. Like, they don't care, and it's not about like the storyline. It's really about the fighting. And the girls are motherfucking gangsters.
Beast.
I watched one of these girls try to. She almost landed the twister, which is virtually impossible.
A pretty intense move.
It's there's no way I can explain it, but basically,
Without showing them, but I think I know which one you're talking about.
like, to get a grown person your size to unwillingly get into a twister is like almost impossible.
Okay. It's like those weird like moves. I love when like what's another weird one? You ever heard of the omoplata?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a pretty obscure move where you kind of like work your way into it. You don't just push them in that spot.
So think of and I'm no jiu-jitsu expert, but I feel like a twister is like 2 omoplatas. Like you have to like
legs and your head.
Yeah, like you literally have to work your way into everything. Every limb is like you have to work your way into each one of their limbs and pull it in a separate direction.
Okay.
Like I'm seeing I'm seeing it in my head and I can't explain to you how that works. It's called the twister. It's like virtually impossible.
I'll just look up one right away.
I don't think it's ever been landed.
I think so.
Once, just recently too.
Yeah, exactly.
Twister once.
I'll look it up. Twister in MMA.
Yeah, it's not this fucking local fast food restaurant, Twisters.
You don't like that place?
Haven't been. I'm just saying.
They have really good curly fries.
Dope.
So I would check that out.
Curly fries, are they seasoned?
You can get them seasoned.
But you could just have them and
plain,
plain and then put some KFC gravy on it.
Yeah, poutine. Yeah. The French like to call this poutine.
Poutine.
This is going to be a good fight too.
Yeah,
the Korean Zombie. He's back.
Korean Zombie.
He's back, dude.
Yeah.
He won his last fight too, the knockout.
The one that I was really hoping to see was Eddie Bravo. If you look into it, and Korean Zombie ground pound elbows,
and
bounce his head.
You're kind of like working them to that spot, right?
Yeah, it's like you got to set it up, and then you got to force them into some shit. So hooks in. Yep.
Was it? Yeah, okay.
Hooks in, and then under hook. I don't know these words. And then you have to like get him. You're literally twisting him to one side. Eddie Bravo, the powerful Eddie Bravo.
He's a beast. I can't believe he beat one of the Hoises.
Yeah.
He's so sick.
One of the Gracies?
The Hoises. No.
Was it Hoist?
No, it was fuck, what's the older one's name? I can't remember.
No, not Hurrian. That's Hurrian. Right? I don't know. So yeah, you're literally like trying to twist his body, but it takes like everything out of you. Look at Eddie Bravo's having a hard time showing it.
Yeah, and he's just
and he's and the other guy's the Gracie's trying to like help him.
There it is. See, I think this was still an older one, but
yeah, this is like 2016. Now that I'm thinking about it,
but I love that the Korean Zombie did it. That's sick.
Korean Zombie looked good too. He's not the Korean Zombie anymore. Like he doesn't look like Korean Zombie got his name because basically he would just eat these shots and like a dead man would just keep on coming forward, you know? Okay. And now he's just like, I'm not going to be able to take this shit all the time. Because once you get knocked out, once you get your lights turned out, like you're going to get turned out like
more often,
way more often. And every single time, it's like you're depleting your ability to regain.
That's it. That's so sick.
Yeah. Getting a grown man to like fight you on it and then still land it, get the fuck out of here.
That's the beauty of MMA though. It's all about like I love how Joe Rogan explains it. It's like a chess match, but you can just like kill yourself, you know, or you can kill the person,
or like
break their arm or whatever the fact.
It's like what did Joe Rogan say? Gracie was saying, explain it. It's like I do this, you do that, I do that, you do this forever. And you go, wow, I don't want to do this forever. I don't have the cardio.
But it happens. It does. I have a friend that's actually trains at the Gracie Bar Gym.
Yep.
And whenever he's like, well, like, hey, let's do some sparring and stuff, we'll end up doing some, like, because I've been doing jiu-jitsu for a while with him.
Play a little jiu-jitsu.
So it's pretty fun. There's actually some cool little things you learn after a while. It's like sprawling techniques and like, I did wrestling when I was in 6th and 7th grade.
Okay.
So that translates really well, especially when he tries to take me down and stuff. You just sprawl with it. And just like, that's a basic wrestling move.
Right.
And it's cool to learn.
I wrestled in high school 1 year because I knew I wasn't going to be able to play varsity basketball. Like I knew I was going to get no playing time.
Oh, shit.
But when I was 18, my senior year, I was walking around at like 119 pounds. So the coach was like, well, you know you're not going to play, so you want to join the wrestling team? And we didn't have a 119. So I ended up going like 4th in the state, 3rd in the region, and not even wanting to do it. Dope.
So wait,
Dope.
so you pretty much had to gain a bunch of weight?
No, I walked around at 119 and I wrestled at 119.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But they didn't find like you didn't want to go up any higher or any lower on that end?
No.
You felt comfortable?
Because we didn't have a 119 already. So the coach was like, we don't have a 919. You walk around at 119.
You can stick at that one.
Yeah, like literally you would get a varsity letter even if you don't win. Just
okay.
And I was like, all right.
Because you're that weight class and everything.
Yeah. And you'll wrestle at varsity level. And I ended up having like a winning record wrestling one year because I used to break dance. So I was super unorthodox.
Okay.
And super strong for my weight. Super strong. I don't know what the fuck happened. But yeah, I went third in the region, fourth in the state.
Nice.
Yeah. What else you got? What else you want to talk about?
This is some retarded video that I did. This was me, my MMA days back in 2010.
Oh, Jesus.
Right?
Which one's you?
Not the gay one.
Okay.
I wish I had that beautiful of hair.
Yeah, it's like very native of you.
You're like, no wonder you're Corey's friend.
Thank you. 2010, what camera were you guys using?
The flip. Remember the flip? I have it too. I'll show you it.
Oh, yeah.
The flip was the shit.
You have inverted? That's dope.
It was fun, dude. Like it was just like a mad like jump off the wall kind of thing.
Yeah, that's when you just let your legs give out. You look super native in this. Like you don't even look.
That's me.
Yeah, you don't look like it.
I look so blonde. What do you mean native? Thank you. But I love MMA. You ever train anymore?
No.
You should.
No, I shouldn't.
Get down.
Motherfucker, I'm 39 years old.
And
my body hurts.
That sounds like like you need to just get your shit together.
Yeah, my body hurts, bro. Like you don't understand that it is not worth it to feel pain in my life. It's not worth it.
Yeah, like it's not worth it anymore.
It's not worth it. Like for what? Like because I'm gonna get beat up in a bar. I mean, maybe, but no.
I'll fight. Whatever happens, happens.
No, I'm not fighting for shit.
You're
like
gonna fight.
I'm talking my way at what? Who's fighting at a bar? Like because he disrespected like. No, he didn't disrespect me. I'm married. I don't give a fuck. Because I was talking to this girl? Probably not. Probably not. It's Albuquerque.
I don't know what they think. Everybody thinks something stupid like that.
Like I haven't even had a confrontation in a bar in fucking 10 years. Like I don't care. I just don't care. Like, oh, you're looking at me? I'm sure, whatever. My name's Loy.
Right? Yeah, that's you're trying to insinuate a fight. I'm not here to fight. If you're gonna fight me, let's do this then.
Yeah, like it's such a weird thing when like a big guy picks on literally the smallest guy in the room. Like, oh, you're that guy. I haven't had a confrontation in like 10 years. It's fine. I need to work out. You're absolutely right, but I don't need.
You're not trying to fight.
I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to figure out how to like. I'm not trying to figure any of this shit out. I'm not. Salvadorian necktie or whatever the fuck they call it.
Right.
Yeah. What else? Oh, you're getting tired. You got to get up in the morning.
Unfortunately, I fucking hate that shit. But it's cool. I don't give a fuck. Dude, I live off of 4 hours of sleep, okay?
Yeah, because you're a child still. Any comments, anything we need to address?
Julian Slays said, what's up, bro?
What's up, bro?
Said, sing, bro.
Sing.
And then he said, what time is it over there? About to hit
It's past midnight.
Yep, almost 12:16.
It's 12:15 midnight.
And it's fucking January 31st, 2020.
Shit, I got my headshots tomorrow. Fuck, I shouldn't have stayed up this late.
You're going to get headshots?
I got headshots to do tomorrow.
Shit, where are you going to get them done?
One of the casting directors. So if you guys don't know, Albuquerque has this budding acting scene. Right, because Netflix is moving a lot of their production here. They
Not
have
only
their
that, NBC as well.
Oh, dope.
Yeah,
dope,
there's
dope.
a bunch of actually cool sites.
So
here.
I gave up acting when I picked up comedy. So 9 years ago, right? I was national commercials. I've done a lot of training videos. I've done a lot of things. Hand model, which is dope, right? Hand models is nice. Just drink fucking. Yeah. And I gave up because I didn't like the way the roles for me were available, right? It's getting a little bit better. People think it's better than it really is, but it's getting a little bit better. But
it's actually getting a lot better because they actually really want to have Asian roles in movies so that they can be played in China. China has the market. I don't know if you know
Yeah.
this,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they only allow 14 movies of the year.
Oh, that I didn't know.
Yeah, to hit China.
That's dope.
So they like American producers and American directors and stuff really have to try hard to appeal to them so that they're like, oh, out of the whole movies that came out this year, let's go with this one. There's an Asian star in this one. Let's go with that one.
They I know that there's a such thing called a Chinese cut of like, so they have like a movie.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Exactly.
And then they'll have like the cut for China, and they'll have like
an edited version,
and they'll add like whoever the current Justin Bieber of China is, and they'll just like have him in a scene that's almost nonsensical.
Because like, I don't know if you remember, I was telling you about that movie 2012 about the whole like the world ending.
Yeah.
That got played in China only because the premise of the movie, the Chinese saved the world. They had super arcs that everybody went to. So we had to go to the Chinese to make sure that, the end of the world, let's go to the Chinese. And Chinese took that movie and they promoted the fuck out of it.
Yeah, and they made billions of dollars just in China alone.
Just in China. They take over so many markets now. I don't know if you know this, but the Blizzard Entertainment for video games, they had a Hearthstone Championship, and the winner of Hearthstone Championship was from Hong Kong.
Dope.
But he actually used his time on stage to talk about the Hong Kong riots.
Right.
And they cut his fucking...
Yeah.
His whole thing.
Yep.
All because there's a bigger demographic of gamers in China than the rest of the world.
Well, here's the thing. Okay, not to get like too political. Late.
We got there.
Okay. So China rented out Hong Kong for 99 years to Britain.
Yes.
Back in the day, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then...
That time has come.
In 97, they handed it back over. But back then, Hong Kong was literally the juggernaut of the East, the big money maker. It was It was the biggest money maker on that side of the world. And then, so China was like, well, we can't really piss them off, right? So what do you guys want? And they go, well, for the next 50 years, what we'll do is we'll have... one country will be China, but we're going to have two governments. Chinese government, but Hong Kong is still going to run off of Hong Kong government, right? That's for 50 years. Hasn't happened yet, right? Or the 50 years is not up. But what happened was the cities in China, Hong Kong is not even top 5, or it might be the 5th top grossing city now.
Okay.
So China was like, you don't give a fuck what you think now.
Yeah, you guys are like little.
Yeah, like you're not, if you were number 1, then we'd still wait for that 50 years. But you're not even number 1. You're not number 2. You're not number 3. You're not number 4. You might be 5. We don't care what you think. And then they started doing like little things where you go, you commit a crime in Hong Kong, you're getting extradited to China.
Tried and everything.
Yeah, so little things like that, right? So that's where the protest is coming from. But the problem is that in my life, nobody gave a fuck about China. Nobody cared about Hong Kong until now.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And it's very strange to me being Chinese American. People used to make fun of me because my ancestry is from Hong Kong. You know, like, fucking Chinese. And now like, oh my God, you gotta save Hong Kong. Like, motherfucker, you weren't trying to save me 10 years ago.
What happened 10 years ago?
20 years ago, you can give a fuck about Hong Kong.
You're just waiting for that fucking treaty to end.
Yeah. So, so what I was saying is when you see like I think it was like one of the Transformers, maybe the second one.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
You know exactly what I'm talking
Exactly
about.
what you're
It was
talking
like
about.
some random Chinese guy in the backseat of a car with a bunch of girls, and there was like a weird scene. That was like the current Justin Bieber of China. And he had like no speaking words. It was just like him in a car, and then the car got like destroyed or something.
Okay.
Very strange.
But that was China's marketing.
Yeah.
For them to get that movie.
Yeah.
Well, again, they don't, the American government or the American creators, they're just like, we got to find a way to make sure China's going to want to see this.
Yep.
And that was one of them.
And they go, hey, China, who's your most popular person? Okay, we'll put him in a scene. And then for whatever reason, that scene never got cut for America. The scene stayed in America. And then, yeah, so it was very strange. And then I had to like Google him because I didn't know who it was. It's like, that's weird. Like such a clunky scene. Oh, it's the most.
You get it.
Yeah. But then you have like Pacific Rim. Did you see that movie?
That was a good movie.
It was the worst fucking movie.
No, it wasn't.
It was the most racist movie I've ever seen.
It
in my
reminds
life.
me of like District 9.
Okay, here we go. You guys anybody watch Pacific Rim? Okay, this is I'm gonna wake you up.
Here we go.
You ready?
Bam.
Okay. Do you remember this movie well?
Not as well as I'm coming to, but
Okay. So the monsters are named kaiju.
Kaijus.
Right, kaiju. It's a
Yeah.
Japanese word for monster.
Yes.
And the hero, the mechs, the hero mechs are called Jaegers, which is a German word for hunter. So the bad guys already have a Japanese name, and the good guys have a white name. That's kind of fucked up, right? Then the Chinese team, the Chinese Jaeger it required 3 people to do the job of 2 people. Because it required 3 people. But like, oh, you got a third arm. Yeah, what the fuck are you going to do with a third arm, right? There's 3. But the problem is, they were twins. So you're basically saying the only Chinese people in the whole movie look exactly the same.
Oh, okay.
And then Ron Perlman plays a guy named Hannibal something, right? It's supposed to be an Asian guy.
Yeah.
He's white, obviously. And they're like, oh, well, it's just a name. And then the Mexican guy from Westworld plays the other Asian guy. He's not Asian.
Yeah, at all.
Yeah, his name is literally something like it's something.
Josh.
Yeah, no, it's a Korean like last name Koo or something like that.
Okay.
Where you sit there and go like, so the 2 possible Asian characters with lines are white guys. That's fucked up. And then of course the Asian chick ends up with the white guy. Like, it's all problematic.
Okay.
I fucking hate it.
The graphics were cool.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
Who made it again? Fucking
Doesn't fucking matter.
What's his
Piece
name?
of shit.
It wasn't that bad.
Like Aloha, right? I learned so much about Hawaiian myth and lores by white people. Like, it was like the beautifulest white cast ever.
That's the beauty. Like, there's an episode of South Park where it's like, oh, I am a native Hawaiian, and it's just a bunch of white people.
Yeah. Like, natives had one scene, and then like they were in the background hula dancing. Like, that was the whole thing. Emma Stone played she was supposed to be half Chinese, half Hawaiian. Like, Emma Stone.
Yeah.
Like, there's so when you say like things are getting bad, it's like I don't think so. Like, I've seen this shit before. Like, I don't. But we totally segued. Albuquerque has this budding film industry
going,
and so some of the casting directors that I've talked to, people in casting, were like, "Hey, we need more Asian people in casting."
That's what's up.
And they recommended this specific photographer. So
Okay.
I'm getting the headshot done.
Nice.
You got the camera. You should do headshots for these. Nobody here has headshots.
I want to do headshots. I feel like I can play a really good role because of how young I look. Like everybody always told me, they're like, "How old are you? Why aren't you doing background? Because you literally look like you could be playing in high schools and stuff."
I'm gonna go with
I hate you.
the general rule of thumb is that, like, if you, I'm guessing here, but if they have you playing background in a TV show, right? I mean, how many TV shows are being shot here? Maybe 5, maybe 6, whatever. But
Yeah.
so you have 6 chances to actually have a speaking role. If you start doing background work, they're never going to get you a speaking role because you are in the background.
So you kind of have to push for a speaking role.
Yes,
right away.
Start at speaking roles. You know, that's my super naive way that I see this working, right? Because now you go, okay, well, I was background for, TV show number 1. That means you can't get a speaking role. So now your chances of getting a speaking role are 5 shows.
Okay.
So the more background you do, the less likely of actually getting a speaking role. And if you're just going to be there, you might as well get a speaking role.
That makes sense.
That's fuck it. Get headshots done. You got a camera?
I should be fucking. I have too many priorities on my list. Like, I feel like I'm at that point where I'm just like, what skill do I make sure stays at top the best?
I mean, you need headshots for comedy.
No matter what.
Yeah. You need photos. These photos that I've seen on these fucking vlogs.
Like, stop fucking taking your open mic shots.
Stop taking photos with your phone.
That makes sense. Well, I mean,
No.
I got an S10.
It's completely different. You've got a nice camera. You know the difference.
Yeah.
There's a huge difference between lens cameras, like DSLR type cameras, and phones. Sure, phones look nice, but they're not headshot quality.
They're not. Yeah. They're not what you're trying to do.
Yeah. It looks, because you can take a picture with an Android, an iPhone, and then a DSLR, same day, same everything, and they look completely different.
Well, you can already have more detail in your DSLR or any kind of photography camera because of the formatting of it, right?
Yeah.
The raw file,
But also like the depth of field from the lens, the fucking
the aperture, all that.
yeah,
stuff.
all of that stuff, all those technical words.
That's the shitty part about that too. Is like I have a really nice camera and I don't know how to use it to its potential.
That's called YouTube, bro.
I've done YouTube. I know about aperture. I know about my shutter speed. I know about different techniques and stuff. But it's just like
It takes time.
it does, and that's just again, what skill do I improve on that I really want to keep the most? Because right now, my top priority in my life is always to make sure that I stay up with my guitar. I practice at least 2 hours a day, every day.
Yeah, he's got fucking whiteboards. He got whiteboards and he's putting chords and shit on it. That's just dope.
Compared to like other skills where I'm just like, fuck, I should have gamed today. I would have got really good at my gaming if I would have gamed today. Or I should have made sure to write more. Or there's always the skill, which one is more prioritized than the other. That's where I have a problem with now.
What's more likely, which skill set will most likely be able to make as much or supplement or make as much or if not more money than what your current job is? That's not a question to answer. It's rhetorical.
Yeah.
You go, bullshit. I'm going to go with it's probably streaming. Anything that requires that's done off of streaming, you're probably going to make more money. Or you have the potential of making more money. Like, I don't make more money in comedy than you do at your job right now.
Yeah.
Guitar. I don't know how much money you make playing guitar, but
At least $50 a month. And
Which
that's
is-
just on the stream. So like I'll be streaming and that's my average.
yeah, but
is at least
I feel like the
$50.
potential is so
Oh.
because you have the skill set.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And it's just marketing myself
Yeah,
too.
yeah.
Because that's always been the case too. The only reason why I'm not partnered with Twitch is because I can get over 75 consecutive viewers 3 times in my streams.
That's easy.
I've only done it once. One time where I hit a peak of 112 people, but I've never done it again. The highest I've ever gotten was to 40.
Yeah, just do more.
It's hard.
I'm hard. I'm hard talking about making money online.
Dude, that's all you are is about making that money online.
Yeah, I don't stream.
should-
I can't do live.
You have your podcast and stuff. That's kind of like a stream.
Yeah, but I don't do it live.
Why you gotta just diss on everything I try to bring up?
No, I'm just saying, bro. You don't know me, bro. I can't. For some reason, I don't like doing it live.
Live is kind of a challenging thing too. Like after a while, you can go live, but what is the incentive of going live, and why is it going live? Because there's a bunch of people. I've seen so many people on the PlayStation Network that go live, but they just get passed by. They get passed by compared to other people who are just like, dude, we hit a peak of 15 today.
We did?
Yeah, that was more than we did the last one. And then there was more interaction in the comments and shit. So that just proves that it's that consecutively doing it.
Okay, so what's next? Oh, I'm not even in town next Thursday. I'm in Vegas next Thursday.
Really?
Yeah.
What are you doing in Vegas?
What do you think I'm doing in Vegas?
Fucking gambling. I hope so.
I mean, with my life, yeah.
Every day.
Doing comedy, bro.
The coronavirus is out there.
Actually, I think no. Why don't we try to make this like solidified?
Like what? Bi-weekly?
Yeah. What time did we start today?
Today we started at 11.
Let's go 11 to 12.
12:30.
Is that what time it is now?
Yep.
So
we have to do at least an hour
Okay, so let's do 11 to 12:30 every Thursday
after the mic.
after the mic. If you want to do that. If you
Okay.
don't, then whatever. But if we can do 15 today and we could set a schedule, you could tweet it out or whatever it is that you do.
Build the
Yeah,
following
and
stuff.
maybe 25 next month or next set, whatever. I don't know.
Because I mean, I love the consistency. How you're bringing me this whole let's try to do it every bi-weekly or whatever. That's what I'm trying to do with all these comics. Like I need Josh in here every other day. I need fucking a random comic. You know what I like too that I've noticed is
Pussy.
Dude, I need that shit. Anyways,
Your bathroom's really clean. I just assume it would be like nudie pictures and a lot of lube. But
that's not my bathroom, to be honest. I have my own bathroom. That's a guest bathroom. I gotta try to keep it as nice as I can for people.
I only jerk off in my own bathroom.
I mean, I don't want you to come in here and be offended the first time you come in.
I only had to go to the bathroom because I thought I was going to jerk off in your bathroom.
You're just like,
Maintain some dominance.
but now you're just like, I can't jerk off. And
Yeah,
it's too nice.
It's too spackle, just the walls, just plain. I don't know.
But yeah, consistency. One thing that I've noticed is that a lot of people post on the page or the group
Yep.
of the Albuquerque Comic-Con like, hey, I'm coming from Chicago.
Yeah.
Like, is you think that's a good idea to try to get them on here?
If you want.
One of the things that I'm skeptical of that people tell me is like, don't invite random people to your house.
Yeah. Don't do that.
But I mean, how do we find connections and get to learn and grow from these kind of things? I should have never invited you, but I did.
Yeah, I shouldn't have said yes, but I was like, yeah, fuck it, I'm drunk. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Shasta Colas all night. That's a funny joke. Fuck you.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
How do you not know what a Shasta Cola is?
I don't even know. Is that English? Can I get subtitles? What the fuck are you saying?
Shasta.
Oh, Shasta.
Shasta.
I thought it was like fucking Fago.
That's actually pretty good too.
Yeah, shout out to fucking
Juggalos all over the nation.
Hashtag Juggalos.
But yeah, dude, let's do this. I like how you're trying to actually do more.
It got weird.
I like how you're like, that makes me more like happier that there's actually somebody helping.
Well, the fact that you're trying to do something, and I figure since everyone else is using, I might as well use you for my own. For fuck it.
It's mutual though. I mean, you really think I invite these people to have a podcast by myself? I mean, I got to use them somehow.
That's all I do is my podcast by myself. I'm actually thinking about starting another podcast where I just talk about sports.
Do it.
Where it's just sports.
Do it and make sure to watch it because people need to make sure what's going on, or you need to make sure what's going on.
Yeah, I think I watch almost all the other ones. The ones that were fucked up. The one that was fucked up, I think that's the only one that's fucked up.
I was like, I can't believe that. The one that I watch is just rude.
Why did you choose that one? I'm curious.
Because I actually like guests on podcast. I actually feel like the interaction between the host and a guest or an interviewer is actually more entertaining to me than one person by themselves.
I think that it's two completely different things. I don't think they should be compared.
I'm comparing them.
I know.
I'd rather watch Joe Rogan than Chris D'Elia. And that's only because he has the banter with the other person, and I don't know the other person. There's been so much of Chris D'Elia's podcast, or, you know what else I really love is Theo Vaughn's podcast, because he always has a guest on there as well.
I hate Theo Vaughn's podcast.
You can't handle the mullet, or what?
No, it's just
that background. Too much Simpsons characters for you.
Rambling.
That's
No. I say I ramble, but I'm actually like, I'm on topic, and like he just goes on tangents about like he's trying to describe something, right? And he gets too descriptive, and then he starts rambling off about the description.
I could see that. Okay.
And then it's like, and then he's like, I feel like he's just trying too hard to.
And then starts a whole other story.
Yeah,
and stuff.
but he's also trying to be too funny in his description. Like he's just.
Yo, bro, you know that guy with the freaking hair,
the
right?
fucking hair, like a whirlwind, like he just. Like a whirlwind going through whatever the fuck it's
going
like,
through Kansas City on a Tuesday morning.
He's like, yeah, that's too much.
Yeah,
like I would rather listen to Brian Callen by himself, because once you add anybody to fucking talking to Brian Callen, it becomes a fucking shit show.
Yeah, just a bunch of over talking.
Yeah,
like someone's over talking the other person.
But I think that Brian Callen's the type that always tries to like out talk, not over talk, but out talk somebody.
Okay,
like, oh, I'm just gonna keep on saying the most outlandish.
No, what do you mean you said that? That was me. Like,
yeah, I've done it. I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying that I've killed a man before with my bare hands, but you're not adding anything. You're just saying stupid shit. But for me, I mean, I talk. Yeah, just talk. You've been listening to me talk basically 90% of this fucking podcast. If you can listen to me talk, then you can listen to my podcast. That's what I hear.
That's what I say too. Is like, if you really like the conversations that are going on here, then you're listening to the podcast. Like, if you like the banter that goes on, then you'll listen to it.
I fucking hate banter.
Why do you hate
Bruce banter? That's gonna be the name of the podcast. Bruce banter.
You made me sad, bro. You made everybody sad. All right. Anyways, let's finish this off.
Okay.
We're going to do our segment again.
But it's the same fucking words.
The same words. So hopefully you remember what you said last time. If not,
you'll look. Because I'm thinking about something else now.
That's the beauty of rapid fire. And I think I need to find a new name for it.
Rapid fire.
I hate this.
So yeah, Loy Lee Comedy, LOYLEE Comedy across all of your social media websites. Loy Lee Comedy, Short, Pale, and Handsome Podcast. That's Short, Pale, and Handsome Podcast. I'm coming back soon, and then I'm gonna have a sports podcast. So be on the lookout for that.
And you'll hear the plugs again. He'll give it to you at the end of the podcast as well.
Just now. Just write it down.
He's gonna have to.
Right now.
I'll just do another version of that. Anyways, people, this is Rapid Fire. You guys know what it is. 25 words. We're going to give him he has to say the first thing that pops into his head. The very first thing. Last time you had some pretty good answers, so let's see what happens this time.
Are you going to mix them up a little bit?
No, same
Okay.
order.
Fuck
same
it, let's
everything.
go.
So here we go, everybody. This is called Rapid Fire. Our first word. I don't even know why I said that. Ready? Are you ready?
Yes.
Pizza.
I love it.
Island.
I want to live on one.
Music.
I listen to a little bit of it sometimes.
Black.
It's basically what I wear all the time.
Trippy.
We don't get enough of it.
Fast.
I come.
Animal.
I am one.
Space.
There's a lot of it.
Maze.
How do you spell this one?
M-A-Z-E.
I get lost a lot in mazes.
Army.
We have the best one ever.
Drugs.
Yeah, legalize them all. Fuck it, let's do it.
Air.
I like it. My favorite element.
Pendulum.
It swings back and forth.
Native American.
I've met a bunch of them all of a sudden. Crazy.
Scar.
I have some. Not all of them are fun. Some of them are just stupid. Yep.
School.
I went to them and I don't want to go back.
Magic.
I think the world needs a little bit more magic.
Computer.
I own one. I need to get a better one. I need to get a video editing computer, but I don't want to be the best editor. I just want to pay someone to do it.
Superhero.
There's a bunch of them, and I got a joke about Asian ones are pretty shitty. Yeah.
Comedy.
I am.
Bleach.
Don't drink it.
Fame.
Isn't that what we're all fighting for?
Ham water.
Still pretty grossed out. Spam water, like the little spam fat, maybe, but ham water, nah, I'm good.
And last but not least, MuseMe.
The podcast, Muse audience, Musenites.
You guys know what's up, bro. This was Rapid Fire. Loy, I have to thank you again. Thanks for coming on, bro.
I felt like this one was not as fun.
I didn't even expect a podcast, to be honest.
I did not enjoy this one as much as the first one. You should check the first one out and then check this one out again from the beginning and see like how you like it.
And then give feedback and tell me how I should improve.
Give some thumbs up and like, you know what? We need your help. Tell us what you want us to talk about, because right now we're just going to talk about comedy because that's all of my life exists around comedy. And I know for some people that's fucking boring as shit. So tell us what you want next time. Just
drop it in the comment section right now if you want. We'll bring it back again. Loy Lee's going to be back in 2 weeks.
Yeah, I'm going to be in Vegas. Come see me. I don't know where I'm going to be, but I've got the dates and I've got the pay. I've got the deposit. So I know I'm going to be somewhere.
Make sure to check them out. LoyLee.com, right?
LoyLeeComedy.com.
LoyLeeComedy.com. All his social media.
LoyLee comedy.
.com. All his social media
And
sites.
for whatever reason, if you're dyslexic, AsianKingofComedy.com, the best $5 I spent in my life.
Heck yeah, guys. You guys heard it here, folks. Thanks again for watching. We will be back. We'll try to get some more guests in. Make sure to stay tuned. Peace out, everybody.
Assalamu alaikum.